So how much time is spent on the upkeep of these Fury data apps? How big of a team are you running, and how much maintenance is needed?
Okay, we have it's three areas that are building this product. It's us as machine learning cross, infrastructure, and BI. So we are to cooperative building this. So we have a development team of, let me see, 3, 4, 5. So currently it's about uh, about 10 people, okay, full-time working for this. Around 6, 7 developers, plus a technical leader or some let's say technical manager, full-time working on the development and maintenance of the service. So we have a 24/7, maintenance service. So we have a intercom chat where users can load tickets, saying if they have problems. So the same development team has to fix the production issues and keep everything working. Okay, and at the same time we have our Scrum and our backlog, and we keep building. So it's about 10 people, and we're planning to make it grow. So it should be about 15 by the end of the year.
If anybody's looking for a job.
Yeah, yes, we're hiring. Actually, right now I'm trying to build a new team in Colombia. MercadoLibre opened the IT offices in Colombia this year. So I want to create a new team from scratch, just to work in this same project. As I told you, we're open to external innovation. So I could have a team doing something like a new feature for this project without being part of the core team. Okay.
And how do you integrate that in? How do you test to make sure that it's okay and everything works all right before you say, okay, now this is part of the Fury platform?
Okay. We're working on that. It depends on how much you need to actually integrate with let's say, with the infrastructure, because lots of solutions you can do with microservices. So you create your own user interfaces, you have your own services, you access the whole infrastructure as a service, and you can do a lot of things without actually having to plug your system into the infrastructure. But sometimes then you need to plug it down. So that's the core team. We are the ones that we own the accounts in the different cloud providers. We've got the passwords. We've got the network management. So the idea is that as long as you can do outside, you can do, and then we talk about interfaces, and as long as it is REST APIs and REST interfaces, there's a lot that can be done. Now, if you have to go deeper beneath the infrastructure level, then you have to talk a lot with security. SecInf is a security team cross MercadoLibre, and the infrastructure team cross MercadoLibre, because as you said, they need to make sure that if your system is unstable, okay, it's your responsibility, but do not not mess with the rest of the infrastructure. So part of working together means that we're working on that, on defining how can we integrate our teams, how can you accept collaboration from outside, maintaining the quality of the service. So we're working together.
But any of these innovation projects, if a data scientist wanted to use it, they would be able to? It's just that it's not integrated into the Fury platform?
Yeah, exactly. For example, let's say a feature catalog. Feature catalog has, from the user perspective, is something that, okay, I just want the feature that represents this user. So a feature catalog ends up exposing a REST API. It's a service, right? Feature catalog, give me the vector for user A, and you get a vector. So that can be in an absolute independent place, working by itself. But see, if from the FDI, from the ETL, or from the training phase, or from the serving app, the app that's actually gets a request, if I've got network access to this other feature catalog, that's enough. That's an integration. Just have to make sure that we have network access, and that we don't have a latency, too much of a latency, and then if they have authorization or authentication policies, okay, let's see how we can I can make sure that my app only accesses those features that is allowed to access. So it's really, there's a lot of things that you can do independently.
Yeah. Well, that seems like the right way to do it. Then you don't have to be tied in and locked in to the
Like
whole.
in my team, we're building another product. It's aimed to monitoring, a machine learning monitoring service. And we are building all of it independently from this infrastructure. But eventually, I need to plug into the API. If you have a model in production, you have an API serving inputs, getting inputs and returning outputs. So as long as I can plug there, and I can just bring all these input and outputs to my infrastructure, I can provide you all the monitoring service. So it doesn't need to be in the same UI as FDA. It doesn't need to. I can do it all independently. So I need to talk with FDA, and I need to say, look, I want to plug here. I want to plug efficiently here. Maybe even in the traffic layer. So I don't actually, I do nothing with your API. I don't add you 1 millisecond of extra time. So that's where we have to talk to FDA. And lucky for me, I'm in both projects. But it works. If you have clear interfaces, integration is great.